What's up, guys? It's your girl Deja, and I'm back again with a video. Today, guys, we are watching a video, and the title says, The Best Decade for Cartoons. And on the thumbnail, the decade said 2010. Ain't gonna lie to you, ain't gonna lie, that was the best year for cartoons to come out because a lot of cartoons now are literally just repeating 2010 cartoons. Or a little bit down, like a 2005 to the 2010, and then like 14, 17, 18. That made no fucking sense. Anywho, as I was saying, a lot of cartoons nowadays are like copying shows. We have us 2005 kids, or 2004, 2003 to 01. They're copying our old TV shows that we had watched as a child, and they're copying. They're just making the same damn plot, but a different name and new fucking characters. Like, y'all ever seen that show, Agent Oso? So one day, it was like 3 years ago, whatever. But a family friend that was a kid, whatever, baby at the time, he came over with his mom, whatever, and he was watching this one show, and I'm like, let me see what they got putting out on the internet these days, right? I take a peek at his tablet, and I just happen to see a show that looked like Agent Oso, and I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all making a show that looked like the shows I used to watch as a kid? Oh, hell no. That's how y'all making y'all money now? And I know, people in the comments like, oh, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. Oh, bitch, you take a good ass look and see what the fuck's going on. You open your eyes. Wake up, ho. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a hoe. I'm just expressing my feelings. But, like, wake up. Like, y'all gotta see what they putting out these days. It's the same shit you watched 10 years ago. Just new name and new characters and new fucking world they live in. But same shit, really. They're all really connected. But let's get into the video, because, yeah, we're connected too. I don't know. My hands smell like vinegar for them fucking chips. Damn. Oh, play. Motherfucker. Play. I get it from CBS. It cost it $2.
Here we are. It's a mad, mad world out there for an animation fan. Just about 12 years ago, it seemed like the whole darn scene was on its way out. Dark times.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Dark times. But just when it seemed all was lost, that's when they walked into my office.
If you've watched my channel at all, you know I'm big on cartoons, particularly Cartoon Network. I mean, sure, growing up, Nickelodeon had my beloved SpongeBob and Invader Zim, and Disney Channel had the masterpiece that was Dave the Barbarian. The Dark Lord.
Yeah, I have to agree. Growing up, the best network for cartoons definitely is Cartoon Network, because yes, Nickelodeon and Disney both got cartoons here and there, but a lot of Disney and Nickelodeon fucking shit they got on there is like real people, actually real people. Cartoon Network, you ate, bitches, you ate. I haven't watched Cartoon Network in a long time, but I don't want to watch them again because will they ruin what they ate 10 years ago?
The silly piggy!
They ate that shit.
But both Nick and Disney did this weird thing where they also had shows with real people in them. And that's boring. Why would I want to watch a bunch of corporeal beings when over on Cartoon Network it's cartoon?
Hold on, I'm sorry. Some of the shows Nickelodeon Disney had, okay, it ate too. Don't talk. Don't beat them down, because Nickelodeon Disney ate. Some shows they had it ate. Dragon Josh ate. That's a Raven ate. iCarly ate, Victorious ate, Sam and Carly somewhat ate, Austin Alley ate that shit. Bitch, gobbled the whole food up. Yeah. Don't do them.
Ed, Edd n Eddy, Billy and Mandy, Powerpuff Girls, frickin' Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I like that stuff.
I mean, I didn't really watch, but everyone else seemed to like it.
Ooh.
The logo at the end scared me. You know, the one that laughed like, Anyway, the point is, as a kid who loved cartoons more than his own family, sorry mom, Cartoon Network gave me everything I could have ever wanted. So I have to ask, what the heck happened in the late 2000s? By the end of the 2000s, my beloved Cartoon Network had become a ghost of its former self. The classics like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, and Cow and Chicken, Fight Me!
I used to
were
love
long
Powerpuff
over.
Girls.
And the next wave of shows that came after, like Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home, Teen Titans, Camp Lazlo, Class of 3000, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Hi Hi Puppy Amiyumi, and Squirrel Boy, all of them classics, don't at me, those were also starting to wrap up. Most of what Baby Fofi associated with Cartoon Network was done. Over. Even Toonami ended in the late 2000s. And if you're anything like me, Naruto running in gym class, trying to go Super Saiyan during recess, that's a pretty intense blow.
No, because them little shits used to be, when I was in middle school or elementary school, whatever you want to call it, them little shits would be in the gym real fucking hitting that stupid ass run. I'm like, what the fuck? Bitch, yeah, come to me with that shit. Yeah, run to me with that. Run to me, I'll punch your ass right in the fucking face. Bitch, we running to me like that. Come on, some. Yeah, come on, bitch. Come on. Pop, knock your ass out. Me. These little shits, you be running to people doing that dumbass run. Yeah, bitch, come here. Me, bitch. Get your
Yes,
ass
I
back.
was that kid. So Cartoon Network was going through yet another major shift. But
Freaking
instead
beat.
of putting out another batch of fresh, new, original cartoons, something weird started happening. They started putting out stuff like Out of Jimmy's Head, Destroy, Build, Destroy, and Dude, What Would Happen?
The
and
fuck?
those are some really weird cartoons.
Baby, that ain't
They don't look
cartoons,
like
baby. That
cartoons.
is the
I mean,
Confused
if I didn't know
channel.
any better, I'd say Cartoon Network was making live action shows.
They was.
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
Oh,
but
they did.
the channel, literally called the Cartoon Network, was shifting focus to live action and
Ugh.
ew. Now, obviously, there were still plenty
Ew,
of
like,
cartoons
what the
on
fuck?
Cartoon Network.
That
There was
show look old as shit.
16, and that
I love Teledrama so fucking much. Teledrama Rama, Teledrama Island, Teledrama. I don't know the name of it, but it was when they was kids. I love it.
weird George of
Continue.
the Jungle cartoon that I only remember because I barfed while watching it once.
Damn. Ooh.
The thing about
my
these
knee
cartoons,
popped.
though, is that they were all Canadian shows, not made by Cartoon Network.
So?
The only Cartoon Network originals I even remember from this time were Chowder and The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
I seen Chowder, but not the other show. I never heard of it.
Some shows, don't get me wrong, but
Nuh-uh.
you gotta sit through a lot of
What the fuck is
introductory to
that?
get to 'em. And unfortunately,
My leg
this was the
itch.
point that I started to lose interest in Cartoon Network and TV in general. 2010 was around the time that I discovered
Yeah.
YouTube and fell far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
But
me
while
too.
I wasn't paying attention, the wizards over at Cartoon
I
Network.
think 2010 when I first got my little iPad. No. 2009. That's when I got my iPad because 2009 I was 4 years old. I was 4 or 5 when I first got my iPad. So it was 2009, 2010 when I first got my iPad. And YouTube was downloaded and bitch, I said, fuck cartoons. YouTube. I still watched the cartoons at that time.
We're
It was
cooking
double
up
dabble.
serious stew.
Double
Well,
dabble.
you see, in 2010, a couple new shows made their way onto Cartoon Network that would change the course of TV animation for the rest of the decade. And that's not even an exaggeration. These were J.G. Quintel's regular show.
Ooh, I love that
and
show.
Pemberton Ward's
Ooh,
Adventure
I love
Time.
that show too.
Regular show was a really fun slice of life thing about Longbird and Small Furry working at a local park and doing everyday normal things like going to get a grilled cheese, pretending to be astronauts, and ultimately having to stop a massive antimatter explosion
My
from
cousin
destroying
made me watch
everyone
both of them shows.
and everything.
I first didn't like
You
it,
know,
but then
just
it grew on
regular
me.
stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know why I did a southern
grew on
accent.
me
And Adventure
eventually.
Time was
And then
that was just freaking
I don't forgot the
weird.
song. I ain't gonna try to
As the show
sing
went
it.
on, it became incredibly psychedelic, existential, and rich with deep story and character development. But when it first premiered, Adventure Time was just pure wacky. You had a human boy named Finn and a magical shape-shifting dog named
Jake?
Jake going on adventures, fighting monsters, meeting people made of candy,
I
turning
mean-
into feet.
I mean, back then, shows like that was literally the top tier shit that you ever see on TV. Like cartoons like Adventure Time or a regular show or throw Clarence up in there because I used to love Clarence. That shit used to be my shit. I used to love Clarence. I tried to be Clarence and I'm like, you know what? Being Clarence is gonna get my ass whooped. I'ma die. And the world is so much simpler up in there. I wish I could jump in the TV and be in it, but I can't. I tried.
Singing in auto-tune.
I tried.
Yeah, the shows were pretty weird.
Bounce
But
back,
that's what made
but I
them
tried.
so special. And people definitely took notice, with both shows doing crazy well in the ratings, bringing in viewers both young and old.
Mm-hmm.
Adventure Time in particular basically became the face of Cartoon Network,
It
with
really
Finn
did.
and Jake acting as unofficial mascots.
What the fuck?
My name is
But
Ashley
move
Hill.
it. Move.
I am the founder of a small company named Unwrap.
Mascots. So like, holy crap, Cartoon Network's making cartoons again. And they just so happen to be really good and really popular. And big head honcho CN's like, oh, Dib, you guys actually like cartoons? Oh, frig, dude, what are we paying Andrew WK for?
Bitch.
And then
Dunk them.
floodgates opened. The Amazing World of Gumball, Uncle Grandpa. Okay,
Wait, bitch, I'm sorry, y'all know I'm pausing so much time, but like, I love Amazing World Gumball. And Uncle Grandpa, he's everybody's uncle, and he's everybody's grandpa. You know, he was definitely my grandpa since I didn't really have one. I mean, I do got one, of course. Everybody got one, but like, I didn't. Mine sadly passed away before I was born. So like, he was my grandpa, and he was my uncle too. You know, yeah, I had an uncle. Keyword, had an uncle. Rest in peace. So he was my uncle. He was my grandpa. So I really, I looked to him, even though he's a cartoon. But I still looked to him as a child. Yeah.
Let's Be Heroes, Rick and Morty, which I just did a whole video about, but I couldn't.
I never
not
seen
mention
Rick
it
and
here.
Morty.
We Bear Bears, Over the Garden Wall, Ben 10.
I tried again to We Bear. I couldn't get into it. I don't know what the fuck this show is. I don't want to get into it. And Ben 10, I never cared for it. I mean, it's okay. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not into it. Never was, never will. But shout out to the ones who is and still is and always will be a fan of Ben 10. Ben 10. See, I don't know.
Trillion versions of the same show.
It sure the
Jesus
fuck was.
Christ,
But what
when
the
are they still
hell?
making Ben
Y'all was
10?
taking over.
The flood of new
Steven
original cartoons
Universe.
quickly went from a light drizzle to a torrential
The
downpour.
song
And I paid
got
attention
me.
to
I like the song. The
none
show.
of it. Yeah, I was so into YouTube throughout most of the 2010s that I straight
okay,
up
I'm
stopped
sorry.
watching
It wasn't my
TV.
cup of tea.
It
It was
wasn't
my
until
cousin.
2017
Not mine.
that I started digging into all this stuff I missed, and Lord, so much of it is so good. Gumball is this meta fever dream of a sitcom where just about every character looks like they came from completely separate shows. OKKO is just pure pureness. Like, I've never seen a show that is just so relentlessly pleasant. It's a show about fighting robots and having friends. What more do you want? We Bear Bears is also really fun and cute, and I've heard Over the Garden Wall is amazing, but I still haven't watched it yet. Uncle Grandpa is not good. Steven Universe is amazing. I've already
Bitch. Woo! He slid on in and slid right out. Woo!
made 2 videos about Steven Universe on this channel, and I know I'm going to be making more in the future, so I won't repeat myself here. But yeah,
Oh, his
this
character
is my
is literally
favorite show of all
from Steven
time, and the new
Universe. I didn't
feature
even
series,
realize
or as
that.
I call it, Steven Universe Z, has not disappointed me at all. It is so good. Steven needs therapy. Cartoon Network was back on track and probably better than ever. I mean, yeah, they still have some less than amazing shows in the roster. They rebooted Powerpuff Girls and it's cursed, and one of their biggest shows of the last few years is Teen Titans Babies, and they just keep rerunning it into the ground. But
Babies?
Cartoon Network still put out more instant classics in one decade than
Throw
some
that shit
channels
away.
could ever hope to. But that's not to say other networks weren't pulling their weight. Cartoon Network may have
Wait,
started...
Cartoon Network Babies. Is that the? Is he referring to the cartoon? I mean the cartoon. Is he referring to the Teen Titans that they showing now versus the one they showed back then? Is that the Babies one he's talking about? Because if he's talking about that, I like that Teen Titans. I like both Teen Titans. Well, Teen Titans Go. How? But is he? Cause like I know in Teen Titans they're like all like they're like grown teen grown whatever they call as fuck, and like teen grown. But then like Teen Titans Go they're like teen grown but short, but Teen Time grown but short but teen. I don't
Ball rolling on all these new shows, but that
Girl, they was
spark
teen,
of
and they was
inspiration
adults.
spread.
They was tall,
everywhere.
and they
Our
was
favorite
small.
Owner of everything,
Okay,
Disney,
it's
gave us
life.
probably one of the most perfect cartoons
Gravity Falls. I used to have book 1 and book 2, but I lost it like every other book I had.
ever in Gravity Falls. A show that grabbed the world by the wattles with its gripping
Oh,
mystery
the
that
fat
expanded beyond
pig.
just the show. Plus,
Ooh.
we got two of my personal favorite cartoons ever, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and a reboot of DuckTales, which is
I love Star
basically
vs.
just Gravity
Forces of
Falls
Evil.
and Donald Duck Massacre.
I can't fucking talk apparently. But I used to watch that show all the time coming back from school. Like after school I used to watch that show. Yeah, childhood. And then I stopped watching it towards the end. Like towards when the show got like canceled, I was like, you know what? Cancel y'all too by me not watching it. That wasn't good.
Costumes, and
That
I mean
wasn't
that
good.
in the best way. Streaming services popped up with tons of their own original cartoons, plus reboots of classics. And Nickelodeon, I mean, I hear Legend of Korra's good. That Ninja Turtle show. Okay, I don't really know what all's going on at Nick, but that's a story for another day.
Nick-
But all golden ages come
Nickelodeon.
to an end. Back on Cartoon Network, in 2017, a regular show ended its 8-season run with a big outer space finale. And in 2018, after a ridiculous 10-season run, Adventure Time also came to an end. And even though there's still a few shows from the early 2010s running today, Adventure Time's finale really felt like the end of an era. I mean, that was until a year later when they announced 4 new Adventure Time specials coming to HBO because nothing's allowed to just end anymore. Good lord. Reboot my life. But yeah, we're in kind of another transitional period. Gravity Falls has been over for years. Starverses ended earlier this year, as did OKKO. Steven Universe Future is the final season of Steven Universe. After that, it's done. Gumball will eventually go so meta that reality will collapse in on itself and it will have never existed in the first place, so it'll be off the air too. The 2010s are over, and the renaissance of cartoons we saw in the 2010s is also reaching its end. But the last decade really gave us some of the greatest cartoons ever at a time when we had, like, nothing. These shows changed the game, inspired so many, and have set the tone for another decade of amazing stuff. But I'm just saying, when Steven Universe is over, I'm out.
I don't know. I got into watching Steven Universe because I know they got Steven Universe and they got like another one where he's like a little bit older. I don't know. Y'all, comment down below what was your favorite TV show growing up. Well, not really growing up. I guess, yeah, growing up. You knew 2010, y'all was like still growing up. Or maybe you was already, maybe you was already grown, like teenagers, or maybe you was like, as you said, grown adult. But you was watching cartoons, so comment down what was your favorite cartoon in the 2010s. Mine would have to be Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Gravity Falls, Clarence. I don't know why he didn't put that in there, but you know, a lot of people don't even know what the fuck. Well, a lot of people don't know what the fuck a Clarence is, bitch. So yeah, Pop-Up Girls, Adventure Time, regular show. Ew, the fuck. What else? What else he said in there? I think that's all. Ooh, they know. That's about it. Bye, y'all.